Welcome to 12-Minute Talks, where important information is shared in a short time period. Learn from other business owners, entrepreneurs, and experts about what they do to help you find solutions to everyday topics in 12 minutes or less. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the 12-Minute Talks podcast. I'm excited to have with us today Erika Twani. She's the author of Becoming Einstein's Teacher and also the co-founder and CEO of Learning One-on-One Foundation. Erika, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me, Lorena.
Yeah, so I'm excited because it seems like you're a multifaceted individual here in Florida, with your book, with your company, and then on top of that, you're also going to be doing a TEDx talk here in Miami, which we're going to be talking about a little bit later on. Before we get into all of this, Erika, why don't you tell the audience a little bit more about how you got started in your industry?
Absolutely. So I'm a software engineer by training, believe it or not. And today, throughout the years working in technology, I discovered this passion for education, visiting many schools around the world, seeing how they use technology to enhance their learning experiences, students' learning experiences. I found that it's more than tech and more than books that get students to really learn. It's about engaging them in the personal level to see, and explore what excites them, what motivates them. And when I saw that happening, I couldn't resist. I mean, this is it. This is the way that the world should be functioning, and the schools should be working, and there's a way to do it. So I quit my job. My last job was at Microsoft. I believe a lot of people know the organization.
I believe so.
To start up Learning One-to-One Foundation with the sole purpose of systematizing and scaling a system, personalized learning system that can bring this opportunity to every single child in the world.
That's fantastic. So it's not only that you saw the need, but you started getting involved, and I mean, you even quit your job at Microsoft, which I'm sure that must have been a big transition for you to do, right? So when you say personalized learning, do you mean to, like, some people are better listeners or better readers? What do you mean by personalized learning?
That's a little bit of it. You're totally right, Lorena. That's a little part of it is the learning style, how children learn and all of that. But the most important part is what excites you, what motivates you, what you're passionate about. Do children have opportunity to discover their passion while they're in school? Many times I say that all the time. And you go to school and you see, since you start very little in kindergarten, everything is ready for you. The animals you have to paint, the books you have to read, the subjects you have to learn, the tests you have to take, all the way to college. And then when the students graduate from college, we tell them, follow your passion, follow your dreams, but they never understood how to follow their passion and their dreams while in school. And they don't have the skills to do that. So we reverse that. And schools do not have to eliminate curriculum or change policies or buy new computers or anything, because we're starting from something students already have, which is a brain, right? So it's all about getting students to, while they're learning the curriculum, figure all this out and use school time as a time to practice all the skills that will serve them for life.
Wow, that's certainly very different. Like growing up, I was in the International Studies Academy, right? It's like you learn more about languages and things, but something like that growing up would have been very interesting, where you're not only learning the curriculum, right, that the school has to teach, but also learning about things that you like and your purpose, right? And it's true what you said, like they do tell us in college, right? Like, oh, follow your passions, but how are you going to know what that is if all you've done is study curriculum, right? So is this like a after school program, or is it within the actual curriculum that the teachers are being taught this to then pass that on to the students?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's not a after school program, a curriculum, an app. It's none of that. It's a way students learn. So what we did is we designed a 6-step learning process that teachers use. They all they do is they plug in the curriculum into those 6 steps, and then children can learn following those steps. And then whatever you want to learn after you understand, we humans are creatures of habits. So you create this habit of learning, and then you can learn anything you want. Like for instance, when you learn to ride a bike, you learn the mechanics of riding a bike, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you can ride a bike, any bike, first of all, and then you can ride anywhere in the world. So it doesn't matter because you have the technique of riding the bike. It's the same thing. What we do is we provide professional development for teachers so teachers can understand the techniques of learning to learn. And then they attach the curriculum to that. And then students practice, practice, practice. And then they can ride any bike anywhere in the world.
Wow.
In summary.
That's a great explanation. I think it's easy to understand what you're saying. Um, but it's a great tool, it seems, because as we get older, right, we also want to learn new things, and I think that's true. People don't know how to learn, like they don't learn that habit of learning. So it's not just something they can use as kids, but also later on in life
As adults.
as adults.
See,
Yeah.
with the advent of artificial intelligence that is coming up really strong, a lot of jobs will be lost,
Mm-hmm.
right? And how are we going to do it? There's no way that we're going to replace all these jobs. You know, people will have to learn something new. And many people, if you have the mentality, the past mentality will be, well, I have a diploma and graduated in accounting. So that's the only thing I know how to work and what to do. With this methodology, it doesn't matter the age you have, or you can learn anything anytime.
Right. Yeah, and it's crucial what you said about the uh, AI, the artificial intelligence. Like I see it everywhere, right? I called the company the other day, and like a machine answered me and sent me a text with the information I needed, and it's like I didn't even say anything. It just knew who I was, obviously my phone number, right? But
Right.
and the same is true with degrees. People go study 4 years or more for something that by the time they get out, there might not even be openings available, or it might be something that, like you mentioned, computers could take over, right? Um,
Yeah.
and so why don't we switch gears a little bit? I mentioned earlier that you're also the author of Becoming Einstein's Teacher. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what the book is about?
This is the book. It's available in any bookstore of your choice. And I wrote it because I'm a very avid reader. And I saw in many education books that they share that we have to transform education because children are not learning, because children are not following their passion because of this and because of that, but they didn't say the how. So I was also very frustrated because of that. So I said, okay, we know the how. So let's complement all this literature out there and make sure that people understand the how in a very simple language, in a very simplistic way. So any teacher can get this book, or any parent. And it's interesting. It says Becoming Einstein's Teacher, but the vast majority of the books sold was for parents. Parents are thirsty. They want to help their children, and they understand that there's something going on in schools that does not click, and they want to help. So they are looking for information and ways to help their children to be educated and be successful in life.
Right. And it's also that I would guess them as parents never learned how to learn either, right? So it would, the book I think would be great for parents as well to use, right?
That's the thing that they tell us the most is, oh my God, I wish I learned in that school. I wish I could have that opportunity. That's the thing we hear the most.
Yeah.
Me too. But you know what? We didn't. So
Exactly.
let's make sure our children have the opportunity.
Fantastic. And so Erika, you're going to be speaking at TedXMiami, upcoming now on May 19th, I believe it is. And that's really exciting. I think it's been a while since they've had a TEDx here. So what do you tell us a little bit what you're going to be talking about, what time it's going to be, and so forth?
Yes, it is May 19 at 7 p.m. at the beautiful place in South Beach called the New World Center. And it's right next to Lincoln Road. So people that know the area will be able to find it easy. Tickets are available at the Eventbrite website. So it's very simple. And for your special guests, Lorena, we have a discount code of 15%. So use the code GUEST to get a 15% discount if you listen to this podcast.
Fantastic. And like always, I will have all of the links down below, not just to the TEDx event, but also to your book and the website of your company. So people listening or maybe watching the video can easily follow you. And I just wanted to quickly introduce myself for those of you that don't know who I am. My name is Erika Twani, and I'm the owner of Mom Life and Health Insurance Agency, where together with my mom, we help families and businesses with their financial protection needs. Erika, we're getting here to the end of your episode, and I do have a random question for you. What would you say? Well, you were in Microsoft, so let me see what type of question I want to ask you. What would you say is a good productivity tool or tip for parents?
Oh, a good productivity tool for parents. I would say planning and goal setting is a top productivity, because now you have time to think about what you're going to do, and you have time to write it down. And if you do that, it increases the chance of achievement by 2 to 3 times. So I would say either write it down on a piece of paper and put it in the fridge, or use Outlook, which is the product that I use. Use Outlook and make sure all the things that you have planned are there with specific objectives and clear metrics. It's very important.
Yes.
If you want to know how to do that, I explain all of this in my book. So make sure you get your copy.
There you go. Yeah, I might buy the book myself. We write things down and then it's like, oh, what did I say I was going to do? So yeah.
That's right. That's right.
All right, Erika. Well, thank you so much for being today on the 12-Minute Talks podcast. Is there anything else you would like to add?
I would love to see everyone there at the TedXMiami this year. It is a way for us to support our community and make sure that we join, celebrate the successes and the brilliant citizens that we have.
Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lorena.
Thank you for listening to this podcast, and hope you will listen to the next one. I'm Erika Twani, and you can contact me via email, life@malmins.com. Make it a great day.